Hello everyone. My name is Meet Bhatt, and I welcome you all in another session of this panel discussion. And today's topic is very unique and very special because it's based on importance of digital presence in recruitment process. In our previous discussion, we had at length discussion about how recruitment process will be affected post-pandemic. And if I quickly recall a few extracts of the previous discussion, we came to the conclusion that it will be really tough time ahead in recruitment sector. There will be a big paradigm shift in recruitment process, and now the emphasis will be laid on more on digital presence instead of traditional recruitment process. And if we talk about unique digital identity, I can recall one fantastic Hollywood movie named Ready Player One by one of the greatest Hollywood directors, Steven Spielberg, where every player of that game has its own unique and one virtual identity, and they had deal more in virtual world than in real world. Guys, this pandemic has made a behavioral change in our daily routine, and now we have to deal more in virtual world than in real world, and we are forced to deal with that. So to discuss more on importance of role of digital presence in recruitment process, we have with us today in our panel Professor Simple Doshi, Campus Head, Training and Placement and International Alliance, SAL Education Campus, Ahmedabad. She has 18 years of experience in training, HR and placements. We have with us Mr. Nishant Munshi, General Manager HR, The Chocolate Room, and he's also a great corporate trainer. He has almost 22 years of experience in HR and training. Guys, we have with us Mr. Vivek Joshi, Founder and Principal Consultant, Vival Solutions. And he's also a great speaker, a great thinker, and a great corporate trainer. And last, we have Miss Avni Badeka. She is a software developer, and she has great knowledge on. She is a great speaker, and she is a great personality. So I would like to start with Nishant sir. What, according to you, is the digital presence in as per the HR view, and how HR people see it, digital presence in recruitment process? Over to you, sir.
Well, thank you, Meet. This kind of reminds me of a story during the childhood, which we all have heard. And the story of Cinderella, in which there was this lady queen. The queen. She always used to stand in front of the mirror and say, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" And the mirror would speak out the truth. Right. So I would say, for any individual, the digital presence is like a mirror. Right, of what the personality is, what are the thought processes, right? And it reflects what is really inside you. Now, typically during a recruitment process, which lasts for around half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, depending on the interview, right? Now it's a selling process wherein the candidate sells himself or herself in front of the panelist or the interviewer, so that he or she can get hired, right? So it's the best foot forward, they put, but it may not be the true inner self, which could be gauged in probably that half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour of interview, right? So now there are other parallel avenues wherein, we come to know the real sense of an individual, what are the thought processes, what is his behavior towards, let's say, socio-economic issues, and so on and so forth, right? So, though we may say that social media, a few of the social medias is something very personal, but then there's nothing like personal in a social media, because you are putting it in a platform wherein it's the world, is there to see. And, seeing the various postings on social media really gives us an idea as to how that individual would be, in terms of resilience, in terms of maturity of thoughts, in terms of articulating his words, and what we look out is that one should not be too strong in his ideology. Yes, he or she may feel, but then when you put it out on public, there has to be a certain level of maturity, decorum, and I would say social media manners, right?
Exactly.
That needs to be followed. And that process, in kind of actually knowing an individual, looking at the digital presence would give a recruiter preferably a better idea as to what that prospective candidate would be. Typically, what happens that we also ask for references, but then and it's a bitter truth that references may give a picture to a certain extent, but what you are, what are your thoughts, how you think, what's the level of emotional maturity, emotional resilience. Now, all these factorings can be gauged, or that information can be gathered more when we touch upon a person's social media presence, right? So, yes, I would definitely vouch that, the social media presence of an individual talks much, much more about an individual rather than what he or she seems to be in those half an hour, 45 minutes or 1 hour of interview interaction. So I believe, we all should give a little more thought towards our presence, our footprints on the social media.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to come to Vivek, sir. Vivek, sir, how do you see this digital presence and what role it will play in recruitment process? Sir.
Yeah, thanks, Meet, and thanks for a lovely introduction. I guess I have done much less than what you talked about me here at the beginning. Coming back to the question. Once upon a time, I was a part of this panel discussion, are you a digital dinosaur?
Wow.
Right? And really, if you look at the way word is moving, either you are present or you are absent. There is nothing in between.
Yes.
And frankly, from a long career in sales and marketing that I have worked in FMCG also. And FMCG में एक चीज बड़ी clearly बोली जाती है, जो दिखता है वो बिकता है.
Yes, exactly.
So if you really want to sell yourself, Nishant has very aptly put, what basically we are doing is we are selling ourselves. I guess in an ethical manner, and we should not take it too literally, but we are selling our skills. And the best place to showcase your skills is the digital media. One issue about digital media is nothing dies on the internet. So as Nishant has talked about, you must have some social media etiquettes. Issue is that you must have those etiquettes right from the very beginning. So frankly, if you ask me, if you really want to unlock employability of our youth, how to have a real social media presence should be one of the subjects that should be discussed with them when they are in their colleges. Because whether you like it or not, every youth, every kid is going into social media. They are going into social media because we are into social media, right? और जो हम करते हैं हमको देख के वो भी सीखते हैं, हम ना करें तो वो भी नहीं सीखेंगे.
Exactly.
आप घर का एग्जांपल लो ना, अगर आपके पिताजी टिकटॉक में है तो आप टिकटॉक में होगे, नहीं तो नहीं होगे. अगर वो लिंक्डइन में तो फेसबुक में तो आप भी कहोगे लिंक्डइन या फेसबुक चलो यार, those are good sites. TikTok is a bad site. Why? Because your mother and father is not on TikTok. So the point is, whether you like it or you don't like it, they are going to be on digital media. If they are going to be in digital media, it's very good that, like we talk about now, on legal point of view also we talk about, kids in schools, we talk about a good touch and a bad touch.
Yes.
I guess right from that time, kids should be told, if you can keep them away from social media at least up till the age of 18 years, wonderful, great. Otherwise, they should be told what is right, what is wrong. Because you go into even an innocuous site as a Facebook, you get some links which takes you into the dark netherworld of, whether you can call it social media or not, I don't know, but it takes you into those words.
Exactly.
So a person must be taught what is the right social media presence, what is the wrong social media presence. Nothing dies on internet. And HR, frankly, on a lighter side, HR nowadays is doing quite a lot of Facebook stalking, Twitter stalking. So when those Facebook stalking and Twitter stalking, because candidates think that they will be looking into Facebook, but they will be looking into LinkedIn, but they are looking into Facebook, they are looking into Twitter. They are really finding out as to what sort of a beliefs you have, whether you are actually a college graduate or you are graduate from WhatsApp University also is what they are looking for. What is your per capita consumption of fake news, and what is your per capita capability of dissemination of fake news on Facebook and all, because it talks quite a lot about a majority of a person.
Yes.
So when you get something on Facebook and you just forward it blindly without looking into it, depending about which sort of a person you really are in sync with, then I guess it plays havoc with as far as the professional things are concerned. You need to be digital media savvy. Savvy doesn't mean that you should know how to make videos or how to really cut videos and edit videos. What it basically means is that you should know what is good presence, what is bad presence, because it goes without saying HR 101% will be looking into what you are doing on social media. If you want to do some issues, I guess one-to-one WhatsApp is the best thing that you can do on, because I guess that's to an extent is the only personal social media tool that you have as of now. Otherwise, everything else is public. So you need to be very, very careful, and you need to put your best foot forward. And not only should you be mature in real life, but you should be seen as mature also.
Exactly. Thank you so much, sir. Now, straight away, I will directly come to Simple ma'am. Ma'am, as we have heard both the HR managers that what's the role and what's the importance of digital presence, and as Vivek sir rightly mentioned that colleges are the main epicenter of these because if students will be taught the how to behave or how to make their digital presence more and more effective, there will be easy for even recruiters to recruit them. So ma'am, how do you see and what according to you is the digital presence, and how do you see these challenges faced by HR or the suggestions given by the HR, ma'am?
See, previously before this outbreak, we have many recruiters. Every year we have 300 plus recruiters visiting our campus. They already have a demand of, okay, we will do campus interview, we can see the candidates properly and we can analyze them. But now the world is changing. It has come to digitalization. Now I see a great opportunity for the students actually to explore themselves in this particular world wherein digitalization is the most important aspect now. So instead of going physically initially at a preliminary round to anywhere, they can get an opportunity to portray themselves through LinkedIn. So LinkedIn can be the best media for the students to explore themselves, to get their professional resume done. And most important thing is video resume. If they can do video resume, it is the best. So there are many students who are creating their video resume. They are putting themselves, they are portraying themselves on LinkedIn, because on LinkedIn you can find everything right from their qualifications, skills, projects done, everything through LinkedIn. And I really feel that initially the reference check was done through call, or they used to call the candidates. Now the reference check is done through Facebook, Twitter. So you can find all the personal aspects of that particular candidate. And there are many students, and this generation is really smart. They know the presence of digital media. So digital media is going to change like anything. We have changed our process of teaching methodology also through digital media. So I see this as an opportunity for every candidate to portray themselves in front of HR and recruiters, because video resume is one of the aspects which I would like to focus on, where they can portray themselves. They can see, because probably if you use LinkedIn, a student is using LinkedIn, they can copy and paste the words, they can copy and paste certain synonyms and use it. But the expression, the body language of that particular candidate is you cannot see without the video resume. So I feel digital media is gonna affect you can say 95% of today's youth, where they need to be on all these LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. So I'm sure they are going to use it, and recruiters will also their initial screening, you can say 47% or 50% of the screening will be through the digital media only.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would directly come to Avni ma'am. Ma'am, you have heard the two sides or the two corners of the recruitment industry. One is HR and another is college placement. But you are already working professional, and according to me, not only students who are going to pass out will be required digital presence, but also the working professional right now will be required digital presence as equally as them. Okay, so how So how do you see, and what according to you is the digital presence, and how do you see this, that how it will help you further in either in job or sustaining your current job? So how will it help you, ma'am?
Yeah, thank you, Mit, and thanks for the lovely introduction. So first of all, if we understand what is digital presence is, okay, so many of the student has a question that what is exactly the digital presence is it really only Facebook, is it really only Twitter? Not really. So they may have their own websites, okay, let's consider the thing if they have any. So the content what they are uploading on their website, on what they are putting on the portal, is very important, because this is how they are portraying themselves to the world, okay. Second thing, all social media platforms including LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter and all, right? So here what they are uploading is very important. Now this is what they are showing to the user, they are showing their own experiences to the crowd. So here the things what they are uploading to the social media is always a concern for them. Now as a student, they may probably know, they don't have any idea that what exactly they are putting and what will be the impact of that. So in that case, they have, of course, as Vivek sir and the Nishant sir and the ma'am has mentioned, they should have a social etiquette. So of course that has to be, whether it is an employee or student or anyone, they should have a social etiquette in order to put anything on social media. Very important third point is a web resume, and I think FCT is doing tremendous good work on this direction. Web resume is very important, because as Simple ma'am has said that it's not just only your profile. This is what your body language, how you are narrating yourself. It's very important, right? When someone is saying you say something about yourself, and if you have to think twice, it's like finish. So you should have a fluence whenever you are showing yourself to other. It has to be very clear, and in that way it has to be portrayed like that way what exactly you are, okay. And the last and I think very important one is online reviews. So if you have any, let's take an example of LinkedIn, where someone can give you the feedback of you. So for example, if I have worked for someone and if they like really my work, and then they put some feedback for me on behalf of them saying you have done this thing and I really liked it, and these reviews are very important. So in order to showcasing your skills and your talent, it is very important that online reviews should be go ahead with the recruiters and all. They must go through all them first, and then of course they will take a decision whether he or she is the right candidate or not. So I think digital presence in a way is very important in now this era. Only digital presence will be the future. So now you cannot go ahead and standing in a queue and taking the interviews of many people. Now it's just saying of having multiple resume on the one day, and they can still do this recruiting process very smoothly.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, Nishant sir, as we have discussed that what's the importance of digital presence in recruitment process, I would like to ask you, what would you expect in digital presence from an employee if someone is coming to you for any recruitment, for any interview or something like that?
See, basically, for any candidate, and now this is something very individual to the company, the organization culture, and the person conducting the interview himself. Right now, personally speaking, what I would look upon are the personal traits, the attitude, the character. Very important, the mettle, the character a person is made up of, right? Because skills can be honed, they can be developed, and but what we are made inside is something which is quite complex, and it has many years of environmental influence attached to it, right? What you are, your thought process, your surroundings, and its influence since many years is what you actually you shape up to become. So that really true quality gets reflected to an extent through digital footprints, because I was surprised. A week back ago, just out of curiosity, I just typed my name on Google, and it threw back information probably around 10 to 12 years ago, what I had quoted or what I have said. Now, this is something which came as a little bit of a surprise. That's something which is as old as 10 to 12 years ago, and it came up as a Google throwback. And that really, is something which we all have to ponder upon, that it's a footprint that you are almost permanently leaving on the internet, right? So right from what you do right from the time when you are taking the helm of social media, actually would shape up your career to a great extent. And it's not about just LinkedIn or Facebook. Nowadays various social medias are being explored. Being a recruiter myself, for example, LinkedIn, Facebook are the famous ones, but then we also have a peek into Instagram and blogs, Twitter, so and so forth. And based on the postings, the write-ups, the thoughts shared on various platforms, we kind of make a rough estimate upon the emotional resilience of a candidate. We are able to almost predict under various situations how that candidate might behave, and we try to match that with our organization culture and the job fitment, right? And if there is anything adverse which we find, it's hard luck. But then if there are positives attached to it in terms of its candidate's postings, that actually I would say increases the merit or the chances of being more employable. Yes, in the today's scenario and the way forward, there is very less of probably social or I would say personal interaction happening in physical sense,
Yes.
with somebody sitting right across me and I'm interviewing, right? It's more of digital. And right from what Avni and Simple said in terms of web resume, and that's the first point of contact. So a person's digital presence can first be gauged by these web resumes that he or she gives, and then other social mediums follow. So yes, I would say that having a social media presence and the and digital media presence, number one, is important, very important, because just imagine I interview a candidate and then type in the keywords his name on the net, and I find very less social media presence. That also gives a very negative impression, right? That he's not very digitally savvy, does not wants his voice to be heard, his presence is not there, right? So that's one case scenario. Second case scenario, I type in his word and then I get a whole a flood of information about him, his posts on social medias, and then basis that post, we get to know whether he or she can be a right fitment. If, for example, if a candidate has very strongly put forward his or her views on socio-political issues, for example, that gives us a different kind of impression.
I would like to just add to Nishant's what he just said about digital footprint. The recent example of Infosys employees, which were just fired due to their. Yes, sir. I think there's.
Was there an?
Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir. I think there was some disturbance in net connectivity. I was just saying that, as you said about digital footprints across all social media networks, I was just mentioning one example of Infosys, that currently few employees were fired up due to their bad comments or ill comments on social political or their views on social political matters. So yeah, that's very important to not only to get recruited, but after one is being recruited, his views or his digital presence or the traits he shows, that's very much important. Vivek sir, I would like to come to you. That what traits do you expect from any candidate? As the Nishant sir said, that digital presence, when anyone sends you, there's the first point of contact. So what trait do you expect from them? So, sir, your microphone is switched off. Sir, your microphone.
Yeah, that's the problem now. We all are, especially our generation. I guess we are digital dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So we mute it, then we forget that we have to unmute it. Okay, fair. So you're talking about what sort of a trait I'll be looking for as far as a social media presence is concerned. I guess something that comes at top of the mind is social maturity.
Yeah.
How you deal yourself, because see, social media, if you really look at it, whether it sounds harsh or otherwise, it is a make-believe word. It is something you want to portray to the world. This is what you are. So first thing is that as a person who is on social media, I must also understand what are my boundaries, right? Web resumes, they are wonderful. Video resumes, they are wonderful. However, you must understand what is the way in which you talk. What are your hand gestures? What is your body language? Otherwise, you are exposed more rather than showing yourself in a positive light.
Yes.
That is pretty important. Social maturity is what I'll be looking for. Not only on Facebook, not only on Twitter, not only on Instagram, but also on LinkedIn. What our generation, or rather the new generation, is doing nowadays is that they are taking maybe LinkedIn more seriously as something that has something to do with job prospects. They are not too serious about Instagram. They are not too serious about even Facebook. I'll always advise them that please, the same sort of maturity should be exercised when you are going on Facebook. It's always good if you are into job for say 4 or 5 years. It's always good to have although as Nishant has rightly pointed out, there is nothing personal about social media. On Facebook also, if you can have your own page where you want to talk about the professional angle of yourself, I guess it's always good. Other than having a personal page on Facebook. And if you are too personal on Facebook, I guess those public things, those settings have to be altered. One has to be very careful about it. Same thing goes for Twitter, because on Twitter and on Instagram, people become very much open about what their actual ideas are. So they need to be careful about what they want to portray, because that is also something that is very much public. So social maturity is something that I'll be looking for, because you like it or not, people will go into social media, they will check your social media. Whether I get a video resume, whether I get a web resume, whether I get a normal PDF file, something that I guess has become want of every HR department is go into the social media profile and see how the people conduct themselves online. That is something that is very widely being done. And frankly, additionally, the candidates who come nowadays have to be careful about it, because I'm not talking about HR in say totality, but whatever minority I've come in contact with, overall, even HR executives, the new guys who are coming to HR, they consider themselves as to be a very fine judge of human character. They have become, without any training, they have become psychologists onto themselves. So they read quite a lot into what is not written. So frankly, you cannot do much about it. At least what you need to be careful about is what you are writing on it, how it is interpreted by the person. To a very large extent, you can control it. So to the extent that you can control it. Otherwise, let it go to the HR's perspective, whatever way they want to interpret it, let them interpret it. So it is a double-edged thing. First thing is, one needs to be careful about his own maturity as far as social media is concerned. The second thing is, you are not too sure about how mature the person who is going through your social media profile is. So always good to exercise caution on your behalf.
Okay. So, ma'am, as you have heard about all the traits which HR managers expect, so okay, so what do you suggest, or what will you advise your students that HR manager needs these points, so upgrade yourself or make yourself this much better techno savvy? I would not say techno savvy, but techno alert, that they don't post their such socio-economic, to get their jobs easily. What would you suggest to your children, or to get recruited easily, I would rather say?
Yeah, actually I've seen a lot of immaturity among the students previously, where they used to post anything they like on Facebook, Twitter. They would give any type of comments, whichever it comes in their mind, and then and again they used to post a lot of photographs which was haywire. So I would like to just tell them that now you need to take a special care on what you are posting, because what you are posting will portray what you are. So it's not only LinkedIn, because as Vivek sir told that probably people post a professional resume and they see that LinkedIn is the place where you get jobs. So they take care of that particular part, but they need also to take care of their their Facebook, their Twitter, their Instagram, all these places, because it will portray a person it will portray its skills, it will portray his identity, his mindset, his thinking. And that's why, I mean, I'm not telling that you restrict yourself, posting your personal festivals or personal wherever you go, but you need to take care of all these aspects also. Don't just post like that. And I really feel that students should learn flexibility in their life, because previously it was like, okay, I am a civil engineer, I am a mechanical engineer, and I don't know how to use this platform of digital platform, because I need to work in a factory. I don't need this websites, and I don't have to have my own website. But now, as the things are changing, everybody should be digital savvy. So it's not only the HRs are looking to the digital platform. It's the students also have to look for the digital platform. They need to see the company. They need to research on the company. They need to have the online reviews of the company. So all these things they need to learn. And I really advise to the students that this is the time you're getting an opportunity. This is not the time to be upset and sit at home that, okay, I don't have a job. This is the time to explore yourself digitally, to portray yourself and see what you are, where you stand in the market. And if you lack anything, you need to learn. So everybody needs to learn. This is a learning phase. And if you learn more and more, be on digital platform, portray yourself, have a web resume, have your own website. This is a place where that the whole world is going to see you. So it's a big platform now. It's not a small thing that you are applying for a job, you're not selected, you just go ahead. You're just upset and you be at home, and then you always complain there's a lot of unemployment. Now I feel there's a lot of opportunities and a lot of things to do digitally. So you need to learn, you need to take care of all these small aspects, because world is seeing you. Not only HR, world is seeing you. And this is where you need to take care. So I'm sure that we are also going to do the same thing in our campus, and all colleges should do the same thing. They need to train their students to how to use the digital platform.
Okay, ma'am, any specific points or you would suggest to students to include in their digital presence which might please the HR department to get them recruited easily?
There are 4 things which we can do. First is you need to create your video resume, because you cannot hide your expression, your body language. That will definitely portray it. You can just, mug up the script that you have, but you cannot, hide your body language, face expression, everything. That will give the HR at least 60% of the idea what is the skills of that particular person. Second, you should always focus on your, if you can, everybody cannot create their own website. So you can have, if anybody can create, you can have your own website, your own achievement. You should have your own page. You should focus on LinkedIn, Facebook, even Twitter and Instagram as well. You should always post new things, your new things, your innovation, your research, your project work on all these media. Apart from posting your personal stuff, you should always project all these areas as well. So it is easy for someone who is analyzing you on this part.
Thank you, ma'am. So, Avni, ma'am, I would like to ask you that you have heard all the traits and specific suggestions by Simple Ma'am that what should be included, and I'm very much aware that you are very much very good in that, because you write blogs, you write poetry, you write essays, you write stories. So apart from that, for professional interviewer or for professional digital your presence, what should be the working professional do? Or what would you suggest to working professional they would include in their digital presence, or they would make their digital presence? Because as Simple Ma'am said that it is very easy for IT professional to create their digital presence. But person like me, I'm chemical engineer or any hardcore engineer branch, the person working in that will be a bit difficult for them. So what would you think and what would you suggest to them, ma'am?
Yeah, definitely, and it's a good question. So basically, if we think about the person who are non-IT, they are coming from the non-IT field, they found this much, in a way they are much interacted. But if you consider nowadays, no one is lag behind of in the digital thing. So it's not only just IT people are doing well in digital and others are not. So in a way, everyone is nowadays available on social media. So if you can consider if you can see around you, there I think there is no one left who is not there in the social media, apart from or regardless of their positions of their education or any other things. So of course they may find some difficulties, but nowadays there are many portals available which they allows you to do whatever they want to do, whether it is a website or a web resume or any other aspect you want to add yourself in the digital market. So in a way it's not very difficult for other people as well, but there are a few other points they have to consider while they are going on the digital platform. So first of all, it's a global scope, right? It's not a local anymore. Once you are there in the digital media, so it's you are opening yourself to the globe, like you are opening yourself with many other opportunities. So first of all, everyone should go ahead with that. There is no question about it. There is no doubt. Second thing, they of course make their impacts on like what they want to show, the use cases what they want to show to the world. So they should aware about what they actually wanted to show to others and what they are actually. So regardless of having you can't really hide yourself to these global things. So you can't lie even on social media. So let's say if you take an example of, if I'm writing a poetry and I'll used to post it on the Facebook and all. So if some recruiter is going to my social media or any of the platforms, so they can find me a bit different in LinkedIn and the Facebook. So I may have my different versions. I may have my own personalities in the different platforms, but of course I have to aware myself where exactly what I wanted to show them. So if it is a Facebook, it must be very casual. It's not that professional. But if it is a LinkedIn, I have to aware about what I'm posting and what I'm supposed to post regarding of my positions and whatever I'm using now. So there are few platforms. Of course, there are few platforms where that gives you the opportunity to bring yourself in front of the world. So let's take an example of Stack Flow. Okay, so the Stack Overflow is basically the platform where end user are posting their queries and the experts are giving the advices and the answers. So by this way, if I have a good earning points on Stack Overflow, it will definitely a good point in my resume. So I'll definitely put them in a LinkedIn and saying I have my post has been useful for this many people, and they definitely like it, and then they can go forward with the suggestions you have given. So of course that makes an impact, and then everyone can have an opportunity of they have opens the door to engagement. So like it's a shorten the hiring periods, it's always giving you the target vacancies, and the people will definitely interact with the HR directly. So it is very important nowadays.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Nishant sir, the last question I would ask to, last question which is very important. We have all talked about what's the importance of digital presence. We have all talked about the traits and what should be there and what shouldn't be there. How would you suggest, or what HR manager requires? Okay, we have traditional resumes, but many people don't know how to make it, and there's like 2 page का PDF भेज दिया या 2 page का printable resume भेज दिया. But talking to the importance of digital presence, तो लोग ज़्यादा मतलब कि what do you expect क्या कि आपके HR point of view से वो बहुत easy हो जाए, ताकि वहाँ पे भी क्योंकि लोग अगर 2 पेज का PDF भेज रहे तो वहाँ पे भी आपको बहुत सारा मटेरियल वो भेज देंगे. तो व्हाट डू यू एक्सपेक्ट कि वो क्या इम्पोर्टेंट है? जैसे कि हर एक कंपनी के लिए अलग अलग तो रहता ही है कि जैसे कोई भी कंपनी को स्पेसिफिक रिक्वायरमेंट है, देन एम्प्लॉय शुड सेंड देम एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट. बट कुछ ऐसे ट्रेड्स है या कुछ ऐसी स्पेसिफिक चीजें हैं जो कॉमन होती है, तो वो क्या होनी चाहिए सर आपके हिसाब से?
मैं ये कहूंगा कि रेज्यूमे का पर्पस क्या है. रेज्यूमे का पर्पस बेसिकली ये है कि आप कैंडिडेट को अच्छी तरह बेहतर तरीके से और जान सकते हो, राइट? सो ये बेसिकली एक रेज्यूमे का पर्पस है. So I would say social media is in a different form, but it's an extended version of your resume, right? Because it also solves the purpose of telling who that individual is actually, right? And so therefore I would say it's a very, very important thing as to how you portray yourself on social media, because it's just, and जैसे हम annexures होते हैं on the main resume, तो social media is an annexure to your resume, right? And it's like a glass house. So what you want the world to see is, you have to be very conscious about it, right? That what you want to project yourself, and it's not just Facebook, or it's not just LinkedIn. There's so many mediums available, right? Wherein you can project yourself well. Picking up a cue from what you said and what Avni said, for example, Stack Overflow. Why I'm relating this, for example, somebody is an engineer, right? Then being an engineer also, there are many mediums available wherein you can share your views, you can contribute, right? And let it be, for example, Facebook. Facebook is something more personal, but then that personal also reflects what you are, right? And I've been saying this, that HR managers in today's era have become detectives as well. We kind of try to find out more about people from different avenues, which probably even they are not aware of.
Exactly.
So, for example, a candidate may feel, he's given a fantastic interview, and there was a lot of positivity even on the front of the HR, the recruiters also. He may feel that I've got this killer job, but for all he or she knows that 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 back end detective work which the HRs do, may reflect a very different picture than what is being projected. So that's what I'm saying. For example, we have all heard of background checks.
Yes.
Right. And what does background check actually do? It kind of determines the authenticity of the information you have provided. Right? Similarly, what does social media do? It determines the authenticity of the traits or the characters you possess. Right. So it's not about what we have told us in let's say half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour of interview. Social media helps us identify as to who that person in genuinity, in his own world, in the environment in which he's comfortable, is actually there. And this will help the organization to really handpick the best fitment for the role. It's not about skill level, right? Nowadays, with the robust training programs offered, and especially if I have to talk about fresh graduates, no organization is expected that the candidate has an expert level of skill. It's just basic level of skill, and skill can be built up as and when he or she gains experience, right? Yes. So what do we look at? We look at characters, we look at traits, we look at personalities, we look at what the person is made in his inner self. So this is something what we look at. So in a nutshell, I just want to say that social media platforms are an extension of your resume. So do focus carefully, do manage it well, so that you expose the correct and the right amount of yourself for the world to see, and that will really help you act as a catalyst in your professional career ahead. So your personal postings and your personal views would actually help your professional path. So that's what I want to say.
Thank you so much, sir. Vivek sir, how do you use adaptability of the digital presence among recruiters as well as employees?
I guess the operative part of your question is that how well they are using it, right?
Yeah, and because it's very less, it's been used very less, but now it will be more used. So how do you see the adaptability? I mean, they will accept it, they will not accept it. If they accept it, on what grounds, or how will they accept it? I'm just asking that.
See, if you talk about how well social media or a digital presence, or how well a person shows himself on social media, whether it has a social sanction as far as HR and recruitment is concerned, of course it has. Of course, it has. We can really debate about the percentage weight that it carries, and frankly, see, you cannot substitute one-to-one interview, right? You just cannot substitute it. The point is, social media presence, whether it's your web resume, video resume, LinkedIn, or anything rolled into one, it can help you to get a one-to-one interaction. Right, but once you have a one-to-one interaction, I guess a lot depends upon how truthful you are. See, frankly, only one thing I talk about, whether it's a social media presence, whether it's a PDF file, or whether it is anything, you have to be truthful. See, many years back, Simon Freud told a man should not have two faces. Right? If you have two faces, then whenever you are sitting in one-to-one interview, whether a HR guy is a psychologist or is not a psychologist, he'll come to know as to what sort of a social media bubble you have built up and what has really resulted in you being called for the interview. The point is, you will be exposed.
Yes.
So the idea is that you have to be truthful. There are some traits which never go out of fashion. Although on short-term basis, we always think that maybe some other sort of people are really picking all the right fruits. But truth, honesty, integrity, there are some of the traits which never go out of fashion. Maybe on short-term, we might even feel that we are bearing the brunt of it because we are working on these lines. However, the fact is that being truthful is sine qua non of any social media presence that you might have. It is the real requirement. Adaptability, yes, HR has the adaptability for it, and HR does go through, recruitment firms do go through that. What to say of that? Even in training and HR consultancy, whenever we are talking with somebody, he's always saying, "Sir, do you have a YouTube channel? Sir, we really want to go through your YouTube channels," and they're very upfront about it.
Yes.
It's not that people are going out of the way and trying to find out where you are. And frankly, nowadays in your resumes also, and in profiles also, the websites are being mentioned, the YouTube channels are being mentioned, even Facebook. If you have a page on Facebook, that is being mentioned. The idea is, be truthful about it. Project yourself well, of course. जिसने शादी होती है उस दिन आदमी नहा धो के जाता है ना, लेकिन ऐसा थोड़ा कि सलमान खान का मखौटा पहन के चला जाता है.
Exactly.
राइट, अपना ही चेहरा लेके जाता, ठीक है, फेशियल विशियल करा के चला जाता है, अच्छे कपड़े पहन के जाता है. This is what social media should be. See, like in a Zoom meeting, we always think about कि यार पीछे बैकग्राउंड क्या है. राइट, पर्दा लगा है, दीवार लगी है, क्या लगा है. वी ऑलवेज ट्राई टू बी केयरफुल अबाउट इट. अभी इंटरनेशनल मीडिया में कई बार हुआ है, कई बार वो घर से जब टॉक शोज कर रहे होते थे तो नीचे से पैंट ही नहीं पहनी होती थी. राइट, तो काफी लोग एक्सपोज हो गए उसमें. व्हेन दे रियली केम इनटू, जब वो रॉ में आ गए एकदम से, तो खड़े हो गए तो पता चला पैंट ही नहीं पहनी हुई नीचे से. एंड दे ऑलवेज थॉट कि यार सिर्फ सामने का दिखना है. सो वन हैज टू बी केयरफुल अबाउट इट, and careful to an extent that you are truthful. Project yourself in the best of light. However, don't go overboard, because you are what you are. Right? You cannot be beyond of what you are, because once you are in one-to-one, whether on Zoom or Skype or Google Meet or Google Duo or face-to-face, the point is you'll be exposed. Exactly. So yes, everybody is adept. HR is becoming adept, and to a very large extent, adaptability, the ball is in the court of the applicant, because his adaptability does not mean only going from or transforming himself from one social platform to another. His adaptability also means how truthful he is across media. Of course, as Avni has rightly pointed out, in Facebook will be a little more non-formal. That's 100% all right. That's perfectly okay. However, see, your truthfulness will show. If you are actually socially mature, it will reflect not only in LinkedIn, but in your personal site on Facebook or on Twitter or on Instagram, it will also reflect.
Exactly.
So I guess everybody is adaptable. The point is that one has to become really good in projecting a more truthful you rather than more fanciful you. This is what I feel.
Exactly. So, Simple ma'am, as Vivek sir said, that you should project yourself very truthful, and you should project yourself view, and the great adaptability of digital resume by HR. So, how do you suggest your students so that they show their truthful them? Because it's a common trait seen in the freshers that they overshow themselves. That okay, I have done this much, but I'll show that I'll have done this. I've achieved this much. So, how do you see and how do you suggest, and what precautions are, I mean, what steps are you taking? in that direction?
Yeah, actually, Meet, they really don't know what they should project, first of all, because what they do Google search, they do what other friends are doing, what other friends have done, and then they copy paste the same thing, and they just twist and turns the language, and then they post. So really they don't know what they should post, first of all. So I think that they should always post what they are. They should be truth on what they are doing it, and they should project what they are doing it in terms of everything, right from their project work that they have done, research that they have done, and they have to write their own language. They have to portray their own language, not just doing copy and pasting it. So we really, whenever we are training, in a tenure of my training with the students and interaction with the students, I always tell them that you portray what you are, because sometimes we see fascinating words, fascinating sentences, and in their Facebook page, in their LinkedIn page, but when you interact with them, they are something different. So it's like they really don't know what they need to do. So in short, we need to guide them that how they should tactfully use all these media. Obviously, in Instagram, in Facebook, they can post their personal stuff every time, but then they should have certain limitation on that. So when you portray yourself very well on what you are, then you other person will get an idea about your loyalty, your adaptability, your real skills, what you are. And it's not like that you should have only this type of skills. It's like the requirement of the company and your skills, your projects, your innovation, it is matching that particular portfolio or not. So it's projecting yourself in digital media with what you are is very important for the students.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So now, Avni ma'am, as we are talking about adaptability, and Simple ma'am rightly said that, okay, and Vivek sir also said that, okay, you have to show prove yourself. So if I talk about working professionally, right now I'm saying in LinkedIn also that LinkedIn has much transformed this. I mean, partially, I would rather say that from specifically professional to like social media, or it's like a Facebook. It's becoming a Facebook. So how do you suggest that working professional, how do they use it, and how do they show their true oneself? Because it's like ऐसा नहीं है कि चलो नौकरी मिल गई तो okay हो गया, अभी आगे भी और बढ़ना है. So how would you suggest a working professional?
Yeah. So let's say in LinkedIn, right, you cannot have your profile pic having a pout and you're saying something like that, because this is not Facebook, first of all. So you have to be professional first, okay? And you timely manner, frequently you should go ahead and check yourself only. You should review yourself, what I am now, what I am looking for now, and what I want improvement in myself, right? So if you just anonymously go to the LinkedIn and check your full profile as a third party view, you would come to know that there are many things you are doing wrongly. So first of all, the pic you are posting, the description is really important. It should be 2-liner or 1-liner only, but it should impact the wall profile. So user will go there and check their particular description, and they come to know that who actually the profile is. Like the personality will be directly related to description of their whatever they have mentioned. On top of that, whenever they are posting few things about the projects and the dilemma, also they are what they are using now regarding the technologies and whatnot, they all will be impact to their profiles. So let's take an example. If user is uploading something on LinkedIn which is not ideally should be, so in that case, when recruiter go to their profiles, and then it will definitely give you a wrong impression. That probably will you become a hurdle while recruiting itself. And Mithu rightly said, it's just not about hiring once. It's always you have to maintain the profile. It is not something like you are getting hired and then your job getting finished. It should be timely updated. I was going through few profiles and it wasn't updated through last few months. So that should not be the case. You should be actively, participating in the things, and there are many activity has been done on the LinkedIn and few other social media where there are, basically the coding practices, and they are making some competitions and all. You can still go ahead there and check it out where you are and what you exactly want to do. So of course in LinkedIn you should be updated first thing, and as a employee you have to be careful regarding the updation as well. You of course you should not put any confidential details of your company or any other things, which is maybe not a very good way to, as a professional you should not do that. So of course there are a few points like this, so they have to update the LinkedIn profile, and they can still go ahead with the competitions, and they can improve themselves, and they can put some more skill sets that will help them only in the next process of iteration, if they want, if they are looking for a change.
Okay, so according to you, what should be the ideal time period that after this much time you have to update your digital presence, or you have to update professionally? That ऐसा नहीं कि चलो जब भी इंटरव्यू हुआ तभी अपडेट किया. At what's the ideal time period according to you that every employee should update themselves or update their digital presence?
Correct. So there should be no any thumb rule as such. Like no one can give you a certain set of rules where you want to update your profile. But of course, whenever you are feeling that you have a certain new skill set you have learned, and then you feel that this skill set may help you to improve yourself, or it may help you to portray you in a very good way. So you should of course update it. On top of that, whenever a user feels that I should update my description, or I should update my there are certain things that interest one, right? So when they want to update their interest, they want to update their rule sets, they can of course go there and update it. There is no certain rules as such, but it should be updated timely manner, so that the end user won't feel that it is not getting updated in a very frequent manner.
Okay. So I would quickly come to Nishant sir, and all in the same chronological order. So what are your closing statements, sir, regarding this the importance of digital presence in recruitment process?
Yeah, my thing is that don't be too conscious about maybe you hear this discussion, and then don't be too conscious about what you post in the social media, or should I post this, should I not post this? Just be very natural. Go with the flow. Feel free to post your thoughts or ideologies, but just take one thing, keep one thing in mind, is that how personal you want to expose yourself. Keep that thing in mind. Otherwise, it's very important that you keep on updating. You share your thoughts, you share your views with the world, take inputs, and have an healthy interaction with the World Wide Web. But just be a little careful as to what you say, what you post, what you project yourself, what impact it would have on yourself in your professional career or in your personal career. So just be a little conscious. Otherwise, I would say the social media is one of the best tools available today to really showcase yourself, show your best to the world in today's scenario. So just go gung-ho about it.
Thank you so much, sir. Vivek sir, your closing statement on this. Sir, your microphone.
Yeah, Meet, if you really look at it, see, it's not social media marketing that we need to talk about. It's not the social media presence that we need to talk about. What I call it's a social media branding.
Yeah.
So when you are branding yourself on social media, you need to be very serious about it. The point is, be truthful, and everything that applies to any brand, like say in medicine, you have a brand XYZ. You cannot say that it is a magic brand, right? Actually, frankly, if I can take a name, you cannot become like a Ramdev and say that बस यहाँ से वहाँ से पैर निकाल लो, ये प्राणायाम कर लो, कैंसर ठीक हो जाएगा. So I guess वो नहीं करने का है. You can always say that this is wonderful. If you keep on doing it, your health will be great, right? This is what branding is all about. You cannot say that it will do magic to you. You should be truthful about it. Branding is very important. Take it seriously. Be honest about it. Show maturity on that. Claim whatever you know you can deliver, rather than claiming everything that you cannot deliver, because you'll be exposed.
Yes.
So as serious as anybody is about branding, we have to be as serious about it as far as social media is concerned. And we need to really understand, you take coffee at any roadside stall, it will be 30 rupees. You go to Shambhu's, it will be 50 rupees. You go to Starbucks, it is 300 rupees, right?
Exactly.
And it's an awful cup of coffee. And frankly, tea and coffee in places like Starbucks, I don't understand. They make you add your own milk, make you add your own sugar. It tastes awful. You end up spending 6 times the money. But the point is, whatever they are claiming today is because they have spent quite a lot of marketing. They have branded themselves. So brand yourself. Because they have branded themselves, that's the reason we go to Starbucks. So brand yourself on social media. People will come on to you. After that, it is all up to you whether they want a repeat experience or they don't want a repeat experience. If you are as good in one-to-one as you are in your branding, they will want a repeat experience. You will get a job. You will be into an organization. But otherwise, if you are just good in branding, not in one-to-one experience, I guess that's it. That's the end of the story.
Exactly. Thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful point.
Welcome.
Simple ma'am, your closing statement on this.
Yeah, I really feel that everybody who is posting it on social media should be really cautious actually that what they are posting in social media, and they should be really serious about this, because as I told you, it's an opportunity for you that the world is seeing you on social media. So you are being exposed there. So you should be real. You should not give any fake, you should not post any fake news. You should be real. You should take care of your comments or blogs that you are posting, and you should be definitely taking care of your own brand, because you are creating your brand and people are watching you on the social media. So you should be real, loyal and truthful. You have to portray yourself in that way, and especially you have to post some regular achievements that you are doing it, and posting your achievement will give other person a better idea on what type of person you are. So you should always update your social media, whichever platform that you are using, and take care of all the minute comments, or because I've seen a lot of students commenting on any other blogs or any other project work or any other students, they just comment like that and they feel that no one is watching them. But this particular page is being scanned by a lot of people. So you should take care of minute things, minute comments. And again, I would like to advise the students that now you get a better opportunity. You are going to face the world. So this is a very good platform for you. See it as an opportunity, not just sit and say that you are unemployed. So It's an opportunity, and change is always there in our life. If we accept the changes, then we will be a better person. We will get a lot of opportunity. And if we don't accept, then we have to be wherever we are.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. And Avani ma'am, your closing statement on this very quickly, because we are running out of time.
Yeah, I'm aware. So definitely, see, in the social media, right, what I feel is you should not argue on the comment at least. So I have seen many people who are keep arguing by one or via statements and so on. So it will landing you up to with your wrong impression, and also it will make your one image that probably you are not, maybe, and then you can't revert it back. Right, so either you are going there and deleting your comments, or maybe other way around. But what I feel is you should not argue in the comment at least. And other than that, I definitely agree that with all of three, that the truthness is very important, right? You cannot fake or you cannot be a lie much on the social media. So digital presence is of course there, but with a bit of honesty and with the decorum which he or she has to maintain.
Thank you so much, Avani. At last, I would like to end this session with a closing statement stated by Darwin Charles. After a few years, he gave the theory of survival of fittest. He gave this theory that it is not the strongest species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but it is the one that is most adaptable to change. So I would like to just advise all the viewers seeing this, that please adapt your change your perspective, adapt new things, and adapt to digital presence, I would like to say. So thank you so much all the panelists to join us with us today, and with this I'm just signing off. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, me.
Thank you
Thank
so
you all.
much.
Thank